Hello and welcome back to Rue Valley. Is Loop 54? We have Frank's phone. It is finally time for us to figure out what's on Frank's phone. We're going to go charge it. Well, yeah, I think we can charge it in our room. We have a charger. It's going to be like, it's the wrong type of phone charger. You need the specific type of phone charger for the specific type of phone. And this specific type of phone, I need to go get my key. I haven't done that yet. Hasn't been sold in years. So you need somebody who has an old phone and then, I don't know. Well, we'll find out where things go. But for now, we're going to go get our phone charger and it's going to work and everything's going to be fine. Once we do that, we're going to get inside Dr. Finck's room and find what he's been hiding. But anyway.
Internet. Could you?
Yeah. Let's go.
Hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready to check in?
Oh, we got all sorts of things we can ask about, actually. Can you charge Frank's phone? Well, that doesn't sound like a bad idea at all. Can you charge this for me? I mean, sure, but to be perfectly honest, Mr. Harrow, it's going to take like forever. My charger is super slow. How could it not be? The way she abuses that phone is a miracle the poor thing hasn't self-destructed by now. Okay, thank you, but I'll check elsewhere. Okay, so we can do that if we need to. I recently learned about the guiding light accident.
Oh, it's one of those things this area is known for. Kind of. And definitely not in the best way.
Why is that?
If you have to ask, it means you haven't read all about it. I can spoil it for you if you're okay with that.
I'm not sure I want spoilers. How about you start and I'll stop you if it's too much?
All right. Just raise your hand if you want me to stop. Guiding Light is the name of a mission involving a manned starship that was supposed to make it all the way to Mars. It was set to launch, about 2 years ago?
2 years ago. Okay. So we've now got a thing for 2025 in our timeline. Okay. So that is the most... Well, I'm trying to think of the way of describing it. Is the most near the current date in-game that isn't the current date in-game that we know about. If that makes sense. Right? So in our timeline, it's pretty close. So that's guiding light. I'm going to assume that that did not go well. I'm going to assume that went very, very badly. Alright, let's go. More.
Except it never really left the planet. It blew up in Earth's orbit and the entire crew died. Since it launched from the facilities here, you can see why it's kind of a local thing.
I didn't even get a chance to raise my hand. You talk too fast.
Oh, my bad, seriously. But hey, it was a tragic story, and I guess we went through it pretty quickly, huh?
Yeah, fairly quickly.
But I suppose that's just how life is sometimes. You take the good with the bad.
Can we talk about Dr. Finck a little bit?
We could, but I don't know if it's proper. You're his client, Mr. Harrow, and Dr. Finck is our guest.
Despite her words, you feel she's eager to talk. She just needs a nudge in the right direction. I just want to know who the man they've entrusted my life to is.
Yeah, I'm sure the suspense must be killing you. Please, Mr. Harrow, this has to stay between us. I don't want people to think I'm a tattletale.
No, nobody would think that.
So, what do you want to know?
Everything. You don't know what you're looking for, so cast the net far and wide. Do you know anything about his history?
Not really. It's not like we're ever hanging out, and so he casually talks about his life before. One thing I do know, he worked for Coral Destiny before they parted ways, and he came to live here.
Oh. Interesting. So, my works at Coral Destiny I have for him is worked, but I think she does did Riley not do mandatory psych here? So he's still working for Coral Destiny, but he used to directly. Now he does contracts for them, I guess?
Everybody thought it would only be a couple of months, but there you go.
Huh. Or, wait a second, that was a couple of months ago, so he stopped working for them a couple of months ago. That's very, very... Yeah. That's very, very interesting. So she must have not been doing mandatory psych here. Like, he must have been working here before now anyway. Or was Riley doing mandatory psych at Coral Destiny? That might have been it. Interesting. Anyway, Do you know why he left?
No? Maybe he didn't want to work for a super capitalist neo-feudal corporation anymore. Best if you ask him. Or check online.
Okay, has he been a guest for long?
Oh, yeah, forever, really. I think he's been here since, I want to say, 2025?
2025, you say? Well, isn't that just intriguing? Is that not when the guiding light incident was? So that's when Gideon started working at the motel. Uh-huh. Interesting. Well, a couple of years in a motel room. I've been living like a rat, but this is... Correction, you are still living like a rat.
I don't know. Dr. Finck looks comfortable, and he always seemed like the sort of person who doesn't need a lot.
Okay, what does he do in his spare time?
I have no idea, really. It's not like I spy on the man.
A smile twitches on her lips.
But I often see him from here, dragging a chair out, just watching the sunset or reading a book. Oh, sometimes late in the evening he does laundry here, and he's very particular about it, like which type of fabric softener he uses.
Okay, does he have any other clients?
As far as I know, yeah. Some folk come here from Bothwood, and a few even from smaller desert villages.
Excuse me? Like the rest of it? Okay. What did he say it was called? The Ministry of Public Happiness Referral System? What is that? That's something that she did not say. Is this an old script that we're reading here? Okay, I'm going to write Ministry of Public Happiness down, though. That sounds relevant. Huh. Someone's working from an old script. Anyway.
I think all of them are sent, like you were, Mr. Harrow.
Okay, why is she saying something completely different? Some of them come once and never see them again. The others stay for months. To be honest, I have no idea who decides how long they stay here. Alright, thanks.
You're welcome.
I'd like to get into my room.
All right then, let's get you. So, number 6, the last one on the second floor.
Yes, I'll take the key card. Thank you.
All right.
Let's go. Huh. Okay then.
I'll break you open if I have to.
Interesting. So, Gideon Finck left Coral Destiny on the same year that they had a manned flight blow up. And he's been staying here. Well, or he's been working here and staying here since. Oh no, he left a couple months ago, but he joined... Sorry. He started working at the motel a couple of years ago for Coral Destiny, and then he left them a couple of months ago and he's still here. I think that's what she was saying. Interesting. Although, like, I can't really trust anything she said because the words didn't match what she was saying out loud, so I don't know which one's true. Alright, let's find the charger. Unzipping the suitcase, your eyes dart over the few packed items. You really hadn't planned on staying here long. Now that's an amusing thought. The open zipper grins back. Well, let's dig out the charger without making a mess. You plug it in the socket above the bedside cabinet, aiming the phone's charging port with the cable connector. Let's do it carefully. Wrong side. Oh, come on. Aren't these things universal? Try again. Wrong again. Flip it and try again. You've done it. Third time's the charm. Now we wait. Okay. So at some point, that's going to be available. But we left the phone in our room for now. Let's go... I'm assuming I can't do anything with it yet. Let it charge a bit more. Okay. Let's go investigate Gideon Finck's room. Okay. So Gideon Finck seems much more connected to like what might actually be happening with this place than anything else. I think that not having done Frank's room earlier might have led to a little bit of my confusion as to what we were doing. But anyway. Let's creep up to the window eagerly. You position yourself strategically in front of the window, finding the perfect angle. The blinds block much of the room, but your focus on the doctor remains undisturbed. By the looks of it, the doc's made himself right at home at your respawn point. Kicked back, feet up, and relaxing in the breeze like he's on vacation. There's my ear against the window. Realize he's lulling himself into a soothing trance, guided meditation softly spilling from his phone speaker. Somehow the muffled voice sinks even lower than his own. So that's his idea of self-care. Meanwhile, you get called to the world capital of nothing for the same purpose. Alright. Use the power outage to open the door. Okay. Try the door handle? Locked. You'll need the right key card or a battering ram. Knock? Silence greets you, thick, unbroken, the only reply. I guess I'll use the power outage? Slick idea, just a bit early for that. Come back when lightning strike is close. Okay. Well, let's have a little bit of time wasting. Let's sit here. And get up. Okay. Well, I would kind of like the phone to be charged a little bit more. Yeah, I'd like to just skip like 5 minutes. That's kind of part of the problem with the way that it skips in this game, is that you can kind of sit and you can be like, I'm going to do this for a little bit. But it's like, until the lightning strikes. It's like, no, not that long. That's a really long time. Let's go in. Is it charged yet? Put the phone back. Needs to charge for longer. Wait, do I need to do this now? Charge the phone again. I guess the thing that we've learned is that it needs longer to charge, right? Yeah, okay. Interesting. So it says you left it in your room. Huh. To give you like a current location. You got anything to say? Knock. Okay, I guess he's not going to come out. Comes out in another 2 minutes though, doesn't he? Okay. Could fix the vending machine while we're here. I'm just like, what could use a couple of minutes? Oh, fixing the vending machine, all that sort of stuff. Make myself some coffee. Actually, I don't want coffee. Wonderful. Well, what else could we do? Wander around, see if there's anything new we can click on. Nope. Alright then, well, I guess I'm gonna, like, turn on my phone and play some, hyper-casual protagonists. Let's go until the stalking man leaves the motel. Okay, so it gave us more options. We'll do until he leaves. So that gives us a little bit of time. Cool. Alright. Who's calling? Screen simply reads unknown number. You feel betrayed by your own phone masking the identity of the mysterious caller. Answer the phone.
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
Mm-hmm.
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
That sounds great, Mr. Rugger, but I have a question first, if I may.
But of course, Mr. Harrow. I'm here to answer any questions you might have. At your service, as they say.
What can you tell me about Dr. Finck? Ah, an interesting question, Mr. Harrow. First, though, I need to know your relationship to this person. You know, so we can avoid any conflict of interest. He's my therapist. Excellent. Give me his full name so I can verify a few things. Dr. Gideon Finck. Across a crackling phone line, struggling to hold a connection, you hear the frantic clicks and clacks of furious typing.
He is not in our database. Meaning none of our clients have been assigned to this Dr. Finck.
Nor have we cooperated with him in any capacity. That makes everything so much easier. Or you think you're filing a complaint against him or his practice, with valid grounds that could greatly strengthen your case? What counts as valid grounds? It can be a lot of things. The list is too long for a phone call, believe me. Still, if you're raising concerns, something must feel off. That being said, do you suspect he's unfit for the task, wasting your time, leaving you stuck wherever that may be? I'm not sure, honestly. We've only just started therapy. I understand. The way it was described to me, it is a process. It takes time to see results or not. What I'm hearing, you have enough on your plate. Please let our paralegal services help you and we'll handle the heavy lifting, including dealing with this Dr. Finck, Dr. Finck. I'm terribly sorry I got carried away with the thought of my company helping you deal with this individual. So can you tell me anything about him or not? Mr. Harrow, since you're so straightforward, I'll just be as direct. I don't actually know anything about Dr. Finck. That being said, let me do some research on him and I will be able to give you more information next time we speak. You're under no obligation to hire us. Consider this a gift of goodwill and assurance that someone is working on your behalf. This conversation hasn't been very helpful. I agree, Mr. Harrow, unfortunately. As soon as this conversation is over, I will start digging, and when I find something, if not if, when, I will give you a call. That mysterious doctor practically reeks of litigation. We will uncover the truth behind Dr. Pink in no time. The catching of money is back in his tone. Is Finck. Right, my bad. Excitement and all that. Until such time, Mr. Harrow. Swoosh. Okay. Well, we let the phone charge for 7 minutes. How long could a phone need to charge? 7 minutes? 8 minutes? An hour? How long? That would be interesting if you had to charge it through loops. Okay. The crack covers most of the screen, but through a small gap you can still see the battery percentage. It's reaching 25%. That's enough. Yeah, I'll take 25%. The edges of the phone are worn and bruised, like cobwebs. The cracks on the screen have been there for a while. The screen lights up and you're welcomed by a 4-digit PIN request. Don't type anything until you find an exact PIN. You'll have better chances looking out for a 4-digit number that holds some meaning to Frank. I'm assuming we don't have one already. No, I would have to have found one. 4-digit number that means something to Frank. Well, I guess we can go into Frank's room again and probably find that. Okay. That's fine. Can I wait for the lightning over here now? Too early. Okay. Let's do this until the thunder strikes. Cool. Skip a little bit of time. And okay. Let's go. Enough of this for now. Do something quickly before it strikes. Go. Perfect timing, neither too soon nor too late. Here it comes. Right as rain, the old reliable thunder works its magic, clearing a path ahead for you to slink into the good doctor's room. The seconds drip down like cold honey from a spoon, slow and heavy, yet the silence stays frozen. Your intrusion goes completely unnoticed. He's not here. But his shoes are. Might mean he's in the bathroom. Shoes? Not something I can click on. Okay. The clock is a relic of an idealistic bygone era. Its metal frame painted a faded green. Once a colour that screamed futuristic, now just a tired mockery of ambition long past. Despite the years, it carries a subtle, well-preserved lustre, as if it's been maintained with the kind of care reserved for cherished possessions. The red-lit numerals glow with a sharp clarity, casting an ominous glow. Examine the clock. Its metal frame feels heftier than expected. After a few moments of fiddling, you spot an engraving etched into the bottom. To Gideon Finck. Congratulations on taking yet another leap of faith. Wishing you success, growth, and just the right amount of chaos. GCU faculty members. GCU. Okay. Another leap of faith. When was the first? The Doctor doesn't strike you as the leaping type. You, on the other hand, built for the drop, ledge, stool, take your pick. Okay. Change the time? Tired as you are of the time, messing with the clock won't actually push it forward. I'm going to set it to 5:05 SOS. Well, you certainly know how to signal for help. And I'm going to turn it off. Besides the buttons for setting the time, you can't find an obvious on-off switch, but a quick yank on the batteries might do the trick. Alright. If only all life's problems were this easy to unplug. Now I'll leave the clock be. Choose? Oh, okay, desk. Finck's table is sparse, almost surgical in its tidiness. A laptop, a lamp, a half-emptied glass of water, standard fare. But then there's the folder. The front of it has a Coral Destiny logo. It's been sitting there all this time, unnoticed, unacknowledged. It's the same type of folder as in Frank's room. Dread slowly coils around your stomach. Another report. You hope not. Open the folder and check its contents. Inside, a collection of handwritten pages bound with a plastic spiral, giving the whole thing the look of a manuscript. Bullet points scatter through many pages, raw thoughts still in the scaffolding stage. Some sections are struck through, others lined with margin notes, corrections, reconsiderations. Front page is a battlefield of rejected titles, each one violently crossed out. There's only one left standing. Title goes here. I remember that terrible feeling of searching for the right title. The title is the make or break moment, the difference between being read and being forgotten. That's the grim reality of modern life. Attention is currency and titles are the price of entry. The only way to know what it is, or try to figure it out, at least, is to read it. Skim through it and see what it's about. Reads like a book, a fractured, unfinished book, divided into 3 sections, some fully fleshed out, others skeletal, mere descriptions waiting to be filled in. From what you can piece together, the parts are an introduction, the Coral Destiny years, and everything that came after. The dates in the margins mark its timeline, a year's worth of work, maybe more. Let's skim through the introduction. It's mostly about Finck's life before Rue Valley, before Coral Destiny. A collection of bullet points, fragments, placeholders for a story yet to be written. And there's a lot. PhD, a slew of published papers, some solo, some in collaboration, a private practice co-founded with his wife, also a colleague, a successful career in mental health. Finck is married? I was thinking. His wife? Okay. Wife? Not everyone is hell-bent on dying alone and miserable like you. Wow. He also mentions that when he and his wife decided to divorce, he left her the entire practice and took a job at Coral Destiny. That's tasty, what else? This personal detail intrigues you the most, admit it. He also notes his specialization, working with people in high-risk professions, firefighters, test pilots, those who stare death in the face for a paycheck, which naturally explains how he ended up at Coral Destiny. That's all there is in this section. Let's see what else there is here. Alright, Coral Destiny. This is where the Finck details his time at Coral Destiny, his role, his work, the minds he was tasked with understanding and supporting. He writes about working with astronauts and future colonists, preparing them mentally for the vast unknown, the crushing isolation of space, the brutal indifference of another planet. One case stands out, a particular astronaut who exhibited slight agoraphobia, an affliction that is not just inconvenient but outright lethal beyond Earth's atmosphere. He doesn't name her, instead he gives her a pseudonym, Rena Juth, a woman with a critical role of immense responsibility. Rena Juth. Rena Juth. Okay. Do we think this could be Riley who wanted... I was going to say... I didn't even read it and then I read it as I was saying it. Yes, it could be Riley because she was going to be an astronaut and then wasn't. Possibly, but it's unclear at this point. Yeah, I agree. Finck writes about his process, how he assessed the severity of Rena's condition, determined whether she was fit for the mission. His final judgment, it wouldn't be an issue, she could go. Interesting, why focus on this case? And then at the end of the section, a confession. Subdued but heavy, he was deeply affected when he heard that the astronaut he signed off for on the mission died in an accident in space. Did she die as part of guiding light? It's not Riley then. That's why. What if he misjudged me like he misjudged her? I may die. Oh, so now you do care about your life? That's new. One could almost call it progress. Wonder who this Rena Juth is. Her death is obviously haunting him. This section is over. One more and that's it. Examine the section about post-choral destiny. This part is the shortest, the messiest, handwritten notes scrawled in margins, entire paragraphs crossed out. Finck writes about life after choral destiny, what little of it there was. He describes an encounter that, according to him, happened by pure chance, a meeting with a man, the husband of the astronaut. A widower, devastated, holding onto the past with a white-knuckle grip. Wait a second here. We know about two groups who have died. One is Riley and Frank's parents, right? So it could be that related to them, but we also know that Walter's wife died, and we don't entirely know why. We don't know when any of these things were necessarily, because we don't actually know when he joined Choral Destiny. We only know when he joined, we only know when he arrived at the motel. Anyway, Finck felt obliged to help, not compelled, not driven, obliged. He refers to the man under a pseudonym, Ander Frost. Ander Frost. Interesting. Okay. Well, that sounds eerily close to Frank's name. In what way? Oh, because he's, yeah, because he's Anderson. Yeah, I see. That sounds eerily close to Frank's name. Still, you can't be certain. He writes about Anders' refusal to accept reality and move on, how Finck chose not to confront him directly, not to antagonize him. Instead, he focused on stabilizing him, getting back on his feet, back to some semblance of a normal life, and it seemed to work, at least for some time. Then, the last session, the husband arrived with a story. Not a breakthrough, not a realization, a story. His wife was alive. That's a twist. No one saw coming, least of all Finck. Finck expressed his concern, of course. He wrote about how fragile the situation was, how the work they had done together was beginning to unravel at an alarming speed. And then, the husband vanished, stopped answering calls and avoided Finck entirely. This is unsettling. Who failed here, the therapist or the patient? Who bears the weight of the unraveling? That's pretty much it. The manuscript in its raw unfinished form, a mess of half-finished thoughts and incomplete truths, clearly still in its early stages. As you close the manuscript, something slips free, a pale envelope dislodged from between the pages. Must have been tucked inside, only to shift loose as you turn the pages. I'll take it. Feels light in your hand. Inspect it. Plain white, unremarkable. On the back, written in neat handwriting, are the words, "For Judy." Okay. So Judy is a name that we don't know yet, but that could be Rena Juth. Juth could be Judy. Oh, come on, it's too obvious. Rena Juth's real name is Judy. He has to do a better job of hiding his secrets. From people going through his personal belongings after breaking into his private accommodation. Alright, open it. Inside there is a letter on a single page written by hand. The date is the 3rd of August, 2026. Assuming that it's using American dates. Which I have no idea whether I should assume it's using American dates or not, but we do appear to be in what I assume is America. Maybe? So I'm assuming we're using American dates. So we will go for the 3rd of August, which by the way makes it a year and 5 days ago. 2026. Okay. Letter. Alright, carry on. Oh, read it.
Dear Judy.
Ooh, so he's reading it to us.
In your absence, this letter is the only way I can speak to you. I've recommended this method of communication to many of my clients as a way to cope with their loss. The irony of now finding myself writing one of these letters isn't lost upon me. A reminder of how life circles back in ways we never expect.
So the good Dr. Finck is using his own remedies. That's encouraging.
How do you say goodbye to someone who trusted you with their deepest thoughts, fears, and dreams? How do you find closure when life ends so suddenly, so unfairly? It's funny in a way, and sad. No school teaches you something like this, something truly worth knowing. When I heard about the accident, I was hit with a wave of emotions I wasn't prepared for. Shock, sadness, anger. All your courage, resilience, and determination to face life's challenges, gone in an instant. But above all, there was a sense of loss. The thought that we would never meet again, never exchange another word.
Every conversation might be the last. The terrifying part isn't the goodbye, it's the not knowing when it happens. A conversation left hanging in time, never to be finished.
I can't stop thinking about the last time we spoke. The look on your face when I approved you for the mission, it was radiant. You had worked so hard for that dream, and I felt proud to be part of it, even if all I did was sign a piece of paper. That signature, though, has since become a source of doubt for me.
Finck doubting himself, this is new.
Let me be clear. Not for 1 second did I think you were responsible for what happened. No, this is just me dealing with the guilt. Wondering if there was more I could have done or said. Would it change anything? Save the expedition? Save you? Of course, I don't have the answers, and I never will. But the questions linger.
This doesn't sound like the Dr. Finck I met. Of course not. He and Judy worked on her issues. You barely let him in.
Still, I believe in second chances. Or third. Or however many it takes. I met Frank at the motel and saw how devastated he was. So, I offered my help.
Ah, so, Anderfrost is Frank, so Frank and Judy were a thing. We haven't heard about Judy up until this point, I don't think, which is interesting. Huh. So I'm wondering if this could be some reason why Riley decided to not go down the path of being an astronaut. Like she was going to be an astronaut, and then this is what caused her to quit. Something with Frank revealing something to her. That could definitely be, that could be true. That could be a path through here. Okay.
Some of my colleagues might call it a conflict of interest. But deep down, I knew it was the right thing to do. We honor the dead by fighting for the living. I wanted to honor your memory by helping Frank find his footing again. If you're wondering how his therapy is going, it's been rocky. He's a tough one. In that way, he reminds me of you. Progress is slow, but it's there. He loves you. Utterly. Fiercely. But you must have known that.
Is it love, or is he just incapable of moving on? Why choose? Love's whole thing is holding on, refusing to let go, even when it hurts, especially when it hurts.
And, strangely, helping him is helping me too. I plan to go back to therapy, this time to help the ones who need it the most. And write a book too. We're both putting one foot in front of the other. Baby steps, as they say.
The next paragraph begins with "I hope," but the words are crossed out, as if mid-sentence he changed his mind.
I want to believe that you found your place among the stars. You always said that even though we're not built for space exploration, we belong there. Someone has to fill all that vacuum, Dr. Finck, you said. Well, now you're there, where you belong.
She is, isn't she?
I'll look up at the sky tonight and raise a glass to you, to whatever comes next. Yours, Gideon Finck.
The sound jolts you back to the present. You lift your head from the letter only to meet Dr. Finck's gaze. As then you realise the sound you've been hearing is the toilet flushing. Dr. Finck's belt is unbuckled and his shirt is untucked.
Mr. Harrow? How on earth did you manage to get in? And what are you doing here?
The confusion on his face is undeniable. His bushy eyebrows shoot up higher than ever. Then his eyes land on the letter in your hand.
That letter. It's private. You have no right to be holding it. Put it down now and get out of here.
He stands there, angry and frustrated, his belt unbuckled, his shoes missing, revealing a pair of ridiculous socks. Behind him, the sound of running water from the toilet fills the room. Eugene Harrow meets Gideon Finck. Hunt down every spark of inspiration hidden around Rue Valley? I'm over-inspired? Okay, I can multitask, I'm impulsive and extroverted. I'm no longer indecisive. Okay, let me see what that achievement was for. It doesn't say, I assume just for getting a lot of inspiration. Okay. I'm gonna hug him. Let's see what he does. What's the worst that could happen? Yep. Yeah, that seems about the worst that could happen here. I'm now overwhelmed. And boom. We're even more impulsive and even more sensitive. Alright. Interesting.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Yes, and I have a question. Actually, I don't. Maybe next loop. Right, so. Access Frank's phone. We need a 4-digit PIN. That's fine. We have Judy the astronaut. And we have now searched Gideon Finck's room. So I will now wrap that one up. Cool. Strangely, the thought brings a warm smile to your face. Okay. So I think we should go and charge Frank's phone again.
Spit it out already!
And then probably just sit and wait for Frank's room to unlock, and then go and see if there's anything we can find about Frank. Maybe when Frank and Judy got married? That might be something. That would be impactful. Maybe the date that Judy died.
I'll break you open if I
That would
have
also
to.
be impactful. Oh. That's fine. Back down to the office. Also, what's weird is obviously this first area is like... This must have been done earlier than later areas, because later areas have working stairs. I have no idea why this doesn't have a working stair and why you have to click on it. It's very odd. Anyway.
I don't want to cuss. Hi!
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you?
Let's go.
All right then. So, number 6.
Thank you. Right.
All right.
Cool. Out here. Now we're gonna go this way, up the stairs. Huh. Okay. And now over this way. Let's charge this phone. Right. In we go. We've also got the option of leaving the phone charging and see whether it's still there on the next loop. You know, that might be worth doing. Let's just do that. Let's see if it's still there on the next loop. Yeah, maybe. Dunno. We're still over-inspired here, which is interesting. So we're not indecisive at all right now. Right, let's go. Gonna go back into the room, but this time into the room for purpose.
Spit it out already.
Wait. I thought that said wait until the... Oh. Alright, well. It's fine. Thunderstrike. Cool. So we skipped like 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I'm not going to say I am God and do that. Wait, I'm now arrogant? Oh, because I'm more extroverted. I see. No, I'm going to quickly do so. I would do that if we weren't, like, wanting to get in this room. You know? But yes, now we're arrogant. I didn't realize that. Right. In here? There's nothing in here for us. Out here. This? Nope. Okay. Well, that answers it. Nothing in there. So we might have to speak to people about getting into Frank's phone. But we can try people. Yeah, we might already have some info. But now it's charged. I was just gonna leave it here, but let's see. This should now be charged a little bit, right? Right. Let's go. 4 digits. Okay. I got something else with it. Oh, it's just telling me where it is. Okay. Well, I think we're just gonna go through the loop, right? Yeah, I think we just loop. Let's go. Right. Interesting. So that didn't really lead anywhere. So now I need a 4-digit code for Frank. Which effectively means we're going to have to go around and speak to everybody about everything. And see whether anything leads to anything. Probably starting with Riley. Riley would make the most sense, you know, being sister of Frank. Beyond that, I actually don't know. Maybe Maxine, employer of Frank?
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Yes. Oh. Okay. Let's try Riley.
Thief.
Okay.
I'll break you open if I have to.
Maybe I can help.
Sure.
Make her a coffee.
Wow.
Cool. You're probably familiar with the Guiding Light mission and the accident? Her face turns sour at the mention of the mission, eyes narrowing as they lock onto yours. So this would be her sister-in-law that died.
Do I have a tattoo on my forehead that says I worked at Coral Destiny, or is it just my energy today?
Well, you strike me as somebody who knows these kinds of things. Somebody who knows these things, really?
And what exactly gave you that impression? Is it my pilot jacket, my sunglasses, the attitude?
I saw you hitting that machine and I thought, here is somebody who must know a thing or two about a thing or two.
Well, I wasn't expecting that as an explanation. All right, you managed to cheer me up somewhat, so I guess it's my turn to return the favor. Do you need the whole story from the beginning, or just the part about the accident?
Just the accident part, please.
The moment they could, Coral Destiny launched an official investigation. The conclusion? Human error. Specifically, Judy Resnick, the mission commander. She deviated from procedure, and her actions led to the explosion of the vessel. Everyone on board lost their lives.
Resnick?
Including her.
Okay, we have a last name. I feel like just by bringing this up, I'm somehow complicit in the accident.
No, you're just bringing it into the light. It's not being complicit. It's being honest.
She's kind, or at least tries to be, but you both know the truth behind her eyes. The accident feels like it happened just yesterday, and your questions have dragged it all back to the surface.
The official investigation and its conclusions are well and good, but that doesn't change the fact that it was a tragedy. Plain and simple. Especially for the families and friends of those who lost their lives on Guiding Light. And let's not forget that the company, not to mention the rest of humanity, missed an important step in our mission to explore and conquer the universe.
A misstep? People died, for crying out loud.
Despite all of that, Coral Destiny remains steadfast in its mission to take humanity to other planets and beyond. To those who were lost while helping achieve that dream, we salute you.
Her words sound so rehearsed, like a corporate PR statement, memorized and repeated, flat and motionless, like nothing like the depth she had before. Did you know Judy? Something shifts in her, almost imperceptibly, but you feel it. Suddenly there's a distance, a barrier that wasn't there just a moment ago.
You know what? I'd rather not talk about it anymore.
She says it with finality, her voice dropping into a tone that leaves no room for argument.
I've explained what happened, and as far as I'm concerned, that's enough.
What do you know about Dr. Finck?
Why do you ask? Is there a particular reason?
He left nothing, no hint, no trail, just a blank wall where his private life should be.
Exactly. That's the idea. You're here for you, not for him. His life? Doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Gone. Disappeared. You didn't think you two were gonna be like friends, did you?
Of course not.
Right. Good for you. It's important to keep expectations in the right place. Well, if you need help feeling better after I just crushed your dreams, go ahead. Ask away. Maybe my answers will help. Maybe not. Who knows?
Or maybe they'll just make things worse, but hey, that's the game, isn't it? First of all, how long has Dr. Finck been living and working here?
If you're asking how long he's been in Rue Valley, at least 10 years.
Okay, so he's been here since 2017-ish? Oh, but right, Riley joined Coral Destiny in 2016, I think she's saying? At least that's what I have noted down. So, yeah, Gideon has been here since 2017. Okay, so we got some time kind of coming in here.
He came here to work for Coral Destiny. Lived and worked on campus at Starbase 1. That was his life. Until a few years ago.
Okay, so he moved here a few years ago. She said Robin said a few months. Must have meant years, I think, because it will have been after the Guiding Light incident.
Specifically, he stopped working for them 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Packed up, left the campus, and moved to the motel. He's been living and working there ever since.
2 years ago. Oddly specific thing to have locked in your memory. She shrugs, her tone casual, but her body language betrays something else. A secret hesitation or just tiredness. It's Guiding Light, yeah. What did he even do there? He's not an engineer.
No, he isn't. But space exploration, colonization, it takes more than just engineers and scientists. Space travel grinds you down. Days, weeks, months inside a pressure-sealed can. Nothing but metal walls and the cold black outside. It does something to the mind. Ask any submariner. Ask any prisoner. And then you land and you realize, this is it. The rest of your life. A foreign sky overhead, a different gravity under your feet. A planet that does not love you, does not want you there. And home? You'll never see it again. Dr. Finck's experience in selecting the right people and teaching them to endure the pressure, clear their heads, make the right call when everything is wrong, tolerate the unknown. It was invaluable. Without the best people with the right set of skills, you won't last long out there.
Okay, our character has, due to being so inspired, become a bit of an asshole. I'd never be that weak. I say to the person who we know is no longer going to be an astronaut. It's no longer going to be an astronaut. Yeah.
That's what they all say. Right up until the engines roar and the thrust kicks in, crushing you against your seat. The planet, your planet, shrinking in the viewport. And then it hits you.
Any idea what he did before Coral Destiny?
No clue. Probably more of the same. Helping people, or, whatever you want to call it.
Helping, if you say so.
His methods are unique, in a way. But that doesn't mean they don't work. They work for my brother. That's all I need to know. And for that, I'm grateful.
Just stop? Just like that? That's suspicious.
Yeah, well, you'll have to ask him for the details. All I know is he quit and ended up here.
Sure. That's all you know.
I mean, back then, all I ever heard were praises from the people who worked with him. Not me, though, for better or for worse.
You dodged therapy? Lucky you.
I didn't. We had an interview back when he was at Coral Destiny. He said I showed high resilience in stressful situations. Strong adaptability. Should have put sarcasm and gallows humor on the list. But hey, he told me I could talk to him if I ever felt the need, and that was that. So I guess me handling stress well is the answer. Sorry, no cheat code for skipping therapy.
I think I'm out of questions about Dr. Finck.
Good timing. I'm fresh out of answers.
Cool. Okay. So, we actually got no new info from that entire thing. Huh. Alright. We have no way to know how to get into Frank's phone, so that means we're going to have to walk around and talk to everyone, and that seems like a good point to end the episode. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.